Hey everybody, Tim the Nintendo Gamer here. We're back with Mario Kart World Wednesdays. Let's jump in. Thank you so much for joining. If you are joining, hopefully you can join us with some races as well. My friend code is in the description, so be sure to jump in with some races too. So let's jump into online. Let's go for some races. Let's go Mario. Baby blooper. Let's wait and see if we get any races. Let's see. Okay, we're in a brand new room, so this might take a while. In the meantime, let's go and search for some question block panels. I think I've got still quite a few here in Bowser's Castle. Still 2 to find. Oh wait, we might have joined a group now, so let's see. I'm sorry that I jumped out of group there, just arranging myself. So let's see if we can find anything while we're waiting. Looks like we've got quite a nice big group. Probably means a tough room, which I'm a bit worried about, especially having been playing EAFC and Super Mario Galaxy recently. Haven't been playing as much Mario Kart World. And last week we actually played some Mario Kart 8 and had some technical difficulties, but it looks like those have been sorted out, so that's good news. So let's hope we have... Oh, I managed to get myself there. Let's hope we have a good game today. Some nice races. And at the moment, while I'm waiting, I'm just doing my best to see if I can find any... Let's go up to the top level. Let's find any... Wow, this is amazing. There we go, that's going to help us a little. See if I can find any question block panels and that sort of thing. Let's see. At least we're finding coins, I suppose that's a good thing. Is there any question block panel here? Nice rainbow boost we got from drifting. Doesn't look like it, so... Oh, there was one, but we had already found that one, so that's at least good. Let's see if we find anything. I don't remember going this side, but I found those other few panels quite a while ago. Interesting. How do you get up? I guess this is on the reverse. This is coming back down. That's the end part of the race. I see. This is the cool thing about free roam, that you can just go and find stuff as you go around. Okay, so no free lap circuit, but that's okay. We don't mind. We don't mind that too much. So let's see what we can find. And then over here, so let's go back up here, which is where we were earlier. Okay. So we're on our way to Koopa Troopa Beach. So that means that last lap's going to be a bit insane. Okay, it looks like a bit of a mixed group, this one, so I'm happy for that. Let's see if we still remember how to do a bit of bagging. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I think I can use this actually, because there's only singles here. Okay, so we've got a nice double here, so we're going to use this. Collect 1 coin. How much did I get? 2 coins possibly? Okay, there we go. Get some more. Get these coins up. Get 3 here, I think. There we go, up to 13. Let's see how far we can get. 17. Could this be it? Okay, not quite yet. Other people are collecting coins, but I think I'm near the back, if not at the back. And of course, as soon as I look back, that's what happens. Okay, I should be able to get 3 more here. Okay, I think I'm going to use 3 of these mushrooms here. I'm falling a little bit behind. I am a bit worried at the Koopa behind me. But we still got a lot of race left, so even if I got a shot now, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So we're still doing quite well. And I've got a feeling he's carrying that. So I might have to use this kind of early. There we go. Now I'm last. That's beautiful. Not a bad time to do that. I can do this nice cut over here. And I think I was pretty much the only one that didn't get shot there. So that's not bad because I should still get a good item here. And I've got up to 20. So that's pretty good. Nice. Ooh. Probably use this a little early. So let me not move too far ahead before I hit those boxes. Okay. Still one sunken over here, which is good. Got that. Nice. Okay, some trip mushrooms in the second slot. Actually being very lucky because you can hit very much and very badly on this section, so very happy with that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to avoid the water. I didn't get much of anything there, but hey, there's Chilix. That's nice to see. Because I know this track is kind of short, so I'm not too disappointed with that, to be honest. That's alright. Use one of them. Okay, so we've got the final lap. Trying to avoid anything major. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to have to keep this one. Because we're going to need it just for the last little turn, I think. And hope that I don't get hit by anything major. He says, while getting hit. Ooh, bit lucky that I got anything there, to be honest. Ooh. I was quite lucky, to be honest, to even get that good. That was it. Hey, Pren! 11th, I thought I was 13th, so yeah, I was a bit lucky there. But still, minus 28 at 11th. Hey, Pren. All good this side. How are you? And yes, I'm still using the chat on the second screen here. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so 11th, not a great first race, but that's okay. We're still getting into it. Hopefully we'll get some high placements. I think I just used my items at the wrong time there. So that was more on me, as usual. So let's see how it goes. I think I may have collected everything here. Let's see. Oh no, there's still one question block that I haven't got. So let's see if we can find that. Was that it there? No, I didn't see it. I wouldn't mind ending on faraway oasis actually. I should have probably chosen that. So let's see how it goes. Nice to see a few friendly faces on the stream. Welcome everybody. Apologies again for last week where my internet just wasn't playing ball for some reason. I actually think it was OBS because I actually sorted out my internet quite quickly, tested it out. The speed seemed to be okay, but OBS just kept dropping frames. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but later on that evening, just by resetting everything and restarting everything, it seemed to have sorted everything out. I didn't actually see where we're ending, so let's hope it's not too far. Nice to see Chill in the lobby with me. Ooh, let's get some points here, everybody. Not too many there, but some. So just remember, when you when you're in the back here, bagging as they say, waiting for better items, one of the important things you want to be trying to do is collect as many coins as possible. So you really want to get up to 20, because if you're not there, if you're not near 20, then it's not really worth collecting too many coins. So let's see how it goes. I think I'm just going to use one more of those just to stay closer to the pack. There's only one person I think behind me at this point, but they are quite a bit behind me, so they are probably farming for the shop. So let's see. Then I think I'm going to need some protection. Oh, Pren, I just saw your response. Did you say a few streamers had problems last week? Okay, so it looks like OBS was the issue. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's not too bad actually. Other than I lost my items. The good news is I'm far enough back that this should still be a good item. And I'm on 20. So all in all, not bad there. And then I think, oh my word, that was just such a bad turn. Gosh, that was really bad. Yeah, I think this is a little too late, unfortunately. But let's see what we can do. Let's not give up quite yet, because at least I can get a good turn here. And hopefully still get a speed item. Yes. Okay, so we got our speed item. And of course we get bumped off at the last minute. Okay, that's going to be quite horrific. Only Kaluto was behind us. Yeah, I was a bit unlucky with that bump off, but that's what we get. That's what we get for sitting at the back. Oh, interesting, Brent. I didn't realize quite a few people had problems last week, so it gives me a little bit of peace of mind that it wasn't just something wrong with my setup. So that's good. Happy to hear that in a way. Okay, we need to come up with a better game plan here. Maybe I need to front run a little bit until I get back into the swing of things. Okay, how are we doing in Peach Stadium? Okay, we've got all the items, so let's see if we can hop over somewhere where I'm trying to collect all the question block panels. That's my current obsession whenever I jumped into Mario Kart World. Oh, nice. Let's go. Great. Let's hope we get to have a few of those. That's pretty cool. Can do a 3-lapper. Let's hope. 3 laps. Let's see. Just love the views and the music when this happens. Ooh, get out of the mud. Ooh, quite a few people have chosen Mimi Metas as well. Interesting. And of course. Oh my word. Okay. Choco Mountain? Yep, on the way to Choco Mountain. Amazing. Okay, let's do it. Let's see. I almost take it for granted. I just assume everybody's going to choose the 3 laps, but they really don't. People don't hate the routes as much as... A lot of people don't hate the routes as much as other people. Okay, so let me actually just slow down just for this little section. I need to get some items here. At least one pair of good items. Okay, that's not bad. A lot of coins everywhere there, so glad I got some of those. Okay, nice. Got another item box here. While still in the back. Let's see if we can get some drifting going. Drafting, I beg your pardon. I think just did that in time. There we go. There's some drafts. There we go. Nice. This is a relatively short course, so it means that that shock is probably coming sooner rather than later. I think I'm going to take my chances with an early shock. Okay, so we desperately need another item. That's okay. That's less cool, but okay, we're going to get good items, and again we're at the back, so at least we don't get the shock. Less likely anyway. Okay, nice. How did I not get there? And I'm really hoping for the shock. Wow, and that was such a short bullet bill. Amazing. I guess it's good that I've still got the items in front of me. That's slightly better. Although I only got one item there. Probably don't have too much space to do more than that, to be honest. So that's not too bad. That was very lucky items, to be honest. Alrighty, top 4. Yes, 4th. Okay, not too bad. Much better use of our items. And at least, hopefully, we get some positive points this time. Let's go. Let's hope we're moving in the right direction for a change. Lovely. Plus 33. That's what I like to see. Plus 33. Nice. It's been a while since we've got some positives. So, okay, that was a much better game plan, I think. So got some items, but then tried to front run a little bit and then use our items at a better little section. I think, it makes such a big difference if you know the final section of the track well or not. Because if you do, that gives you two advantages. One, it means you're likely to know where someone would use the shock, because people tend to use it just after the last lot of question blocks. So people, like especially the better players, they're gonna wait until you have that, so that way you've got no time to defend. So that's something that's gonna happen. I'm in on Warrior Stadium, and that's the first advantage. You've got a chance to know if you've got a defensive item when to use it. So that's usually quite a cool thing. And then the second thing that it means is that your speed items, you get to use them at the right time. So your speed items, you generally want to use them when you've got a nice cut section. So for example, if we're turning right and you have a nice speed item, this is where you want to use it, right? Because you want to cut this whole turn. Everybody else is going around. This is where you want to use it so that you can get your speed item right through. So I think those are the two major advantages of knowing the end track, the end section well. So kind of happy we're ending in Warrior Stadium, especially if it's in the direction that I know of. At least I know where to use my items. So let's see if I can actually do that. Because other than those two good things, the third thing you actually have to use your strategy properly. And of course, because it's Mario Kart, other stuff could happen as well. People could use the shock in an unusual place. You could also just be Mario Karted, so just be unlucky with the items that you collect and then get a few consistent hits in a row, and that can really mess you up. Okay, so nice. Usually don't get star in our first item, so I'll take that. I'm going to collect these 3 stars here. This is another 3-lapper, so it's not super long. Sometimes you get 5 laps, sometimes 4, and occasionally these 3. That means we're not going very far. In the meantime, I'm just collecting, and I've actually got 2 defensive items, which is very lucky, because both the items here, if I get shocked, I will have some protection. So that's pretty good. I'm going to try use them in the final section once we get into Warrior Stadium, I beg your pardon. So let's see. Oh, there we go. So this is a good time to use it. Actually, so you kind of want to use it in advantage, and the reason why this is good, because I still have 2 good items, right, and have 20 coins, and there's not likely to be a second shock. It can happen, but it's not super likely. So it means now I've got good items near the end, which is coming up now. So I'll use one of them for the tight turn sections, I think. And then hopefully use my golden mushroom at the end. So now let's use that. Hopefully we get a bit of an extension here. Move up for all these tight turns. That wasn't bad. And then I want to hold this for the final little section, where I've got a bunch of tight turns. There's also some nice shortcuts you can use here, unless I get hit. So I won't be able to use that. Try to avoid that. Okay, there we go. There is a shortcut you can use there. I didn't have enough speed to take it. So I'm going to try and just keep it here. And because I'm already there. So hopefully, if I've timed this correctly, I'll still have one more chance. I think I've just not timed it correctly, which is a bummer. Because ideally you still wanted to have that there, and of course I got the boo. That's problematic. But I might just be a bit lucky there. Very lucky ending there. I avoided quite a few of the things. So I'll take that top 3. So I was very lucky there actually. because there were red shells and green shells flying. They just, none of them came in my direction. But again, plus, we're moving in the right direction. Moving back up to 8,000. I think that's our sweet spot. I'd love to move up to 9, but I find that 8,000 looks like it's my sweet spot. Okay, so let's go to Shy Guy Bazaar. Too many there. 2 missing panels that I can try and look for over here while we're waiting for game selection. So that's the little bit of strategy that I've kind of learnt along the way. So it's the kind of thing you have to think about if you start getting into the high points. So once you start hitting that 7,000, 6,000 sort of VR mark, then you'll start to see that a lot of the people are bagging. And for a lot of the courses, you're going to want to bag. So now I have to decide which course I know the best at the end. And I think that's Mario Bros. Circuit. So hopefully out of those 3, I'd go for it. Alternatively, I would have gone for random. But I think because I've been doing... I started a little bit badly, but then we did not too badly on the next section. Let's try and keep our momentum going. And hopefully land on a course that we know a little bit well. Looks like very few other people wanted Mario Brothers Circuit, so doesn't look like we're going to get it, but you never know. You might be lucky. Look at that. I think we were. Okay, cool. So at least we're ending in a familiar course, although from the direction we're going, yeah, I think we're going towards the back of the course, and we're entering it through the other side, so I might not know the end of this course as well as I thought I did, but let's see. Again, we're going to stick back just to get some good items, then start moving forward while collecting coins. So let's see. Okay, it's actually a bit higher than I thought I was there. So, just... Okay, there's still people behind me, that's okay. Okay. So now we've got 2 items, one of which provides the defense while speeding us up, which is the star, which is nice. So that's sort of what you want in your first slot as you're getting towards the end, because you want to try to predict the shock. But let's see how it goes. Hey, there's Pren. Hey, Pren. Oh, there we go. So you see, there's Mario Kart. I wouldn't have predicted such an early shock. So, not too bad. The good thing about it, the early shock, is you've got a lot of time to then make up for the miss that you made. And because we've still got double blocks, that's pretty good, because I can... Ooh, okay, I can get items, I can get coins. But I need to pay attention as to when we start entering this final section. Ooh, I was very lucky there. And I think I'm going to do that because I've got a pretty good item at the end. Sure, my item management hasn't been that amazing, to be honest. I'm still at 17. So here we go. Let's see what we get here. Okay, looks like we're doing it mostly in the right order. Or the expected order anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. I take advantage of this. There's also certain sections that once you get to know the game well, you get bullet bill extensions. So what extensions means is certain sections, when you shoot off your bullet bill early, they will actually last longer than they would normally. So let's see, did we get top 7 there? 7th, okay. 7's not bad. It was not the ending that I was quite ready for, but not bad. So bullet extensions, when you use the bullet bill, it's certain tracks, in certain sections of those tracks, they'll actually last longer than usual. So the bullet bill has these sections where for some reason it lasts a little bit longer. So if you start to learn where those sections are, you can get pretty good because you can trigger your bullet bill at just the right time to actually last a little bit longer. And just like bullet extensions, there's also the opposite of that, so contractions, I guess, where bullet bill is, you know, barely available for a while, so those are not great. I think I had one slightly earlier. I think the race before this one. Oh, there we go. Something we can do there. If we can get enough speed. So if I can get enough speed, yeah, hey chill. Let's see. Oh, was a bit worried about that. I might just not have enough speed. Oh, I think I'll prefer whistle stop from those options. Let's hope giving myself enough time here. Build up some speed. There we go. At least we got a question panel. That's at least good. So let's see how it goes. And I kind of like to have these opportunities when you get up in the air just to sort of roam around. You can use the little camera in the bottom right hand corner that we have the thing that gives you sort of more of a bird's eye view. But that does take some getting used to. Alrighty. Whistle Start Summit, let's try. We know how this one ends, which is good. If it's in the expected direction, of course. So we're just gonna let everybody get ahead of us here. I see Prin's rocking the Bowser today. Nice, Prin. Hey, not many coins anywhere at the moment. Okay, got some there. Ooh, there we go. There's some coins. Hey, don't knock me out the way, little Mario. Baby Mario, get away. So did any of you see the animation that Nintendo released yesterday that everybody was sort of guessing was either Super Mario Galaxy or Pikmin, and then they released today apparently on the app that we don't get access to here in South Africa, but it actually was a Pikmin short, so not sure why we're getting those shorts. Does that mean a new Pikmin game's on the way? Does it just mean there's a new animation, Pikmin animation on the way? We don't know at this point, but it's kind of cool. I kind of just love... Ooh, I was so close to getting that one. We kind of just love Nintendo for doing that sort of thing, where they just will randomly release a video and give you no other information. Okay, here we go. So I think we're going to do the final lap, which starts over here, which is good, which means it's the standard lap. We're up to 20, which is lovely. So I think I know when to use my items. So let's see if we can do this. Ooh, it's a bit unfortunate. And I think I'm going to use it there because I think I'm still going to get a good item. There we go. So this gives me 2 protective items, which is nice. Because really what you want to have is it, because I'm sure the shock's going to be coming around about now. Where is this shock? I'm amazed we didn't get a shock. Where's the shock? Wow, we just didn't get a shock there. Amazing. So that's what happens sometimes when you're bagging and there's no shock. I really was expecting the shock to come and it didn't. Wow, minus 42. That hurts. Yeah, so sometimes when you don't get the shock, that's what happens. So I probably should have used a better strategy for that one. But at least we're learning as we go, right? We're learning, getting better. And that's a good thing. Okay. How about in whistle stop? Okay, 2 more that I can still find around here. So while we're waiting, let's go searching. If you're in the stream or on the chat and you know where we should go, feel free to let me know. I really don't mind. Especially while I'm here. I've done quite a lot of solo exploring. But it's always fun to see. Ooh, nice little coins there. I don't know how you get there. And of course there's that nice shortcut which you can take on this side, which I did. Ooh, Bowser's Castle, let's go. Which I actually did a little video on. Let's see if I can do it. Ooh, haven't practiced this one in a while. Too far. Oh my word. Showing you exactly how not to do this. It's incredible. And again. My word. There we go. Nope. Still not. Still not. No, definitely lost all my speed now. Alrighty. Now you wait there, I think. Oh, just missed it, I think. Because what you want to do is get up there. Because then you can get a really crazy bit of action. Oh, wow. So we're actually going to go to Africa, everybody. But we are getting 3 laps, which I really like. I like far away at Oasis, so I don't mind too much. This is quite a nice one. I don't mind it too much. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay, and now far away Oasis is definitely somewhere you can bag very nicely for the end. And I don't even need to be that far back, actually. But what I do want to do is collect coins, because I don't think this one has too many coins, actually. Just wanted the box there, to be honest. Okay, that's a good combo. Hopefully we'll get some points here. Nice. Okay, one here. And as you can see, this is the section you really want to be using your items. Trying to avoid being knocked out was one of the things I was trying to avoid. Okay. So Pren is asking, how is Mario Galaxy going? I'm absolutely loving it, Pren. So I didn't have my own Wii. So funnily enough, Galaxy and Galaxy 2 were two of the very few Mario games that I had never finished. And never even tried Galaxy 2, to be honest. And then in the 3D collection that came out on the Switch a few years ago, I finally got Galaxy 2 and I absolutely loved it. And so I'm replaying it now and still feeling exactly the same. There's just so much creativity. And I played the first hour of Galaxy 2 for the launch, and that seemed just as good. And from the little bit of reading that I've done about Koizumi and Miyamoto, the directors, and you know, Miyamoto is the father sort of Mario and has done a lot of Mario stuff. Galaxy 2 is more platforming, and of course you've got the whole Yoshi element. So I'm very excited to actually get a time to play that game in full. So very excited there. I'm a bit worried that I have no items of protection here. But let's see. Again, doesn't look like we're getting... Okay, I was very lucky there. Doesn't look like we're getting any... That was crazy. We didn't get any lightning again. Okay, so there comes the lightning. Nice. So really excited for playing Galaxy 2 completely. There are a few little niggles. I mean, visually, although the 4K and the 60 frames is super smooth, you can still see it's a slightly older game, especially when you compare it to something like Odyssey if you played that recently, and especially the touch-up since it's been on the Switch too. But actually that I don't mind, kind of gives you a bit more nostalgia. The thing that I think is bugging me maybe the most, and it's a very, very small complaint to have, it's just the camera. I really wish they had made the camera free flow, that you could just look around. It's still got that very, you know, it's almost a tank camera, which isn't a problem all the time, but it can be. And then occasionally using the motion controls to get the little star bits, but that's very rare. I actually find in most cases I can be playing around platforming and then by moving my controller also getting the star bits, so that I actually don't mind too much. So mostly fantastic. I'm not giving it my final score quite yet. Oh, I should have chosen one of those. I don't know what I was doing. But I mean, considering that when I played Galaxy on the 3D, I could understand why people had given it 9s and 10s. And I think Galaxy 2 is just probably going to be better. It's not going to be a low score because it's just that good. And I think if there's people out there like me who never played it on the Wii, even though the game's older, it's just so worth getting it, because Okay, barring the the insane price, but in terms of is getting an older game worth it? In this case, these two games are definitely worth it in terms of you just getting two amazing Mario games. Just some of the most creative stuff you'll see, and because it's that combination of Koizumi, who's the director of Odyssey, and also directed these games, I believe, and Miyamoto, you're getting a little bit of both, which is just like pure platforming gameplay magic from Miyamoto, and then a bit of story from Koizumi, and Koizumi just knows Mario now so well. So both of those, and I hope I'm pronouncing Koizumi's name correctly. I think I am. But yeah, you've probably seen him on like the Odyssey directs. He's the guy that's often wearing the Odyssey cap. So yeah. So if you haven't, just look up the I think it was a Wide article about the making of Galaxy and Galaxy 2, and especially the interesting like sort of interplay between Koizumi and Miyamoto. Oh, Brent says my boys love Galaxy. We'll wait for Terry to get this new pack. I know, right? It's just so. I mean, the games are just getting so expensive, and like Nintendo in South Africa in particular is really tough to. I mean, it's become like it's so hard when you're reviewing games not to mention the money, right? Because how expensive or how cheap a game is shouldn't really affect whether the game is a good video game to play, right? That's my belief. However, it's getting to the point now where not mentioning the cost is really not helping the consumer either, right? Because they need to know that yes, this game is great, but they're going to be spending so much money on the game. Okay, this is actually problematic. I actually need to get a good item here because there's a really good shortcut. Oh my word. Okay, I think I'm actually going to have to reverse. I need to get these items. And I know this looks crazy, but I think this is the only chance I had to do anything correctly in this one. And it might have been the bad decision, but I think this is pretty much the only thing I could have done from where I was. Let's see. Let's see. It was the wrong decision. Oh well. Okay. Let's get this new pack. Yeah. So as I was saying, it's difficult that when it starts hitting the amounts that it's every now, like over 1K, how do you not at least mention it in the review, right? Because I mean, how can most people even afford that when groceries are getting tough? So I don't know about these games, man. I don't know. I think unfortunately we're getting to a point where sadly I think the whole games industry, and especially the market around games, is like a bubble that's ready to burst. And I mean, we kind of hope that that doesn't happen in some ways, but in some ways, hopefully that will mean that we'll get fewer games, but they'll be cheaper and better quality. Because I mean, just the amount of people that it's costing to make video games, especially when you look at other game makers outside of Nintendo, the time that it's taking to make these games, and then the fact that they coming out at 60, 70, 80 Mario Kart World dollars, and then they might not be amazing, and I know a lot of people don't think Mario Kart World is worth that price. It's becoming harder and harder to justify the prices, and especially being in South Africa, we've got the other thing where the weakness of the rand comes into the play. The fact that we don't have we only have one official distributor. All of that sort of thing comes into play around the game prices. And I mean, the distributor is doing a great job, I think, in a lot of cases to try get us all the stuff, and I'm very thankful for everything. But the weak rand and all of those other items, not to mention the fact that games are getting so expensive. But it's affecting everybody. I mean, the fact that Game Pass is now going up by 50%. And I mean, I have an Xbox Series S and I had Game Pass, And even I'm like, well, I don't think I can afford that now on top of everything else. And so I'm not even sure that Microsoft really thought this through. But I mean, of course, they've got tariff concerns on their side of the world. It's just, yeah, things are just too expensive, let's be honest, across the board. And there are things that are way more important that are too expensive. So, yeah. 100%. You're so right there, Glenn. Picking where to put your money, especially when it's like entertainment, man, it's becoming harder and harder. And that being said, and despite all the things that Nintendo's doing, like re-releasing old games, I've got to say their online offering is pretty much the best thing going now, especially since Xbox's Game Pass got more expensive. The stuff that you can play, and I know they're older games, but a lot of that library is just fantastic. So the fact that you can play so much of their games for a relatively small amount, and especially if you get together and use the family plan, it's just ridiculous. And then you get the online items, the online abilities for stuff like this. I really think that's a good deal, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to hold on to this because I don't have a defensive item, so either way I think I'm going to get hit by the... I actually think I'm going to avoid the main line there because it's going to be crazy. Okay. Just when I didn't want it. And everybody had the items before me, but the one good thing is we've still got a ways to go, so I've got time to hopefully get better items and then make a push for it at the end. Okay, nice item. Everybody's nice and tight here as well, which is also good for me. Kind of don't want to go to extend my too much. And you see, if you take these tight corners and stuff like that, you actually get pretty good. Okay. So we're on 5 of 5, so I think I'm going to use this now, if anything, just for protection. And then what that will mean is that I've got this. Ooh, okay. Don't want to get anywhere near him. Sorry, Yoshi. Okay, that's pretty good item. I'll take that item as the last one. Whew, okay, is that 6th? Okay, 6th I'll take. 6th is hopefully at least positive points. Let's see. Moving in the right direction, let's hope. Yes, 20. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, Pren, chill. Shall we move over to Knockout? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the last 20 minutes in Knockout. And let me add that to the chat. Let's see. So let's go there. So let's do that. Knockout. Just let everybody know. Let's do the last little section in Knockouts. So let the chat know. So if anybody wants to join, they are able to. Especially Pren and Chill that have been joining. So let's go. Oh, I went back into there. Yes, leave this room. There we go. Let's do that. And let's see how that goes. So usually with Knockout you actually get players much more quickly. So let's hope Pren and Chill can still catch me if they would like to join in the races. Let's see how it goes. So we've still got a little bit of time. Hopefully they can join if they'd like. Then again, it may have filled up. So Pren and Chill, I'm sorry if I left you out there on your own, but I'm sure you guys are having a good time with Knockout anyway. Whew. Okay, so we're going to do the ice rally. So let's see how that goes. Let's see if we can survive the knockout. Let's aim for top 8. I mean, I'd love to be in the top 2, but let's aim for top 8. Bagging is less important in this section, but still possible. At least I've got 2 speed items, which I can hold on to. And you only need to be 20th or better in this first section. So let's grab coins where we can. Let's use that to not get too far behind. Again, grab coins where we can. Draft a little. So Pren's asking that you missed, so sorry Pren, I probably jumped out too quickly there. How's the soccer game looking? Yeah, EAFC, I've actually just finished writing my review earlier today, so that'll be up on my site, the written version, probably later this evening. And then the video reviews will be out later this week. I'll probably start working on them tonight and then get those video reviews out soon. And basically, this is, I think, the best FIFA/EAFC game we've had on a Nintendo platform, at least in a very long time. And so that's great. I also think that if you're a casual player, which I think most of the world is, and especially here in South Africa, we've got a lot of people, but they're mostly casual players. They pick up and play in the same room, in person. They just want to grab a controller. I think the Switch and the Switch 2 versions give you a really nice option because yes, the graphics aren't quite as crisp, especially if you're talking about the Switch. And yes, the 30 frames per second is a bit of a bummer that it's not 60 frames. But for most casual players, they won't even notice. And the fact that you've got 2 controllers built into the Switch itself, you can do game share locally, which means only one Switch has to actually have the game, and you can play with each other. And then the fact that you can also play handheld, which, you know, in families where there's going to be multiple kids wanting the TV, or moms and dads wanting the TV, the Switch gives you such a cool option. And because there's so many football fans in South Africa, I really think it's a really, really cool option. It's going to be a really, really cool option for a lot of families. So, you know, those few things are bad, but the stuff that's good is really worth it. And then the other disappointing thing for me personally, but again won't affect most casual players, is while we have Ultimate Team Online and we do have Seasons, which are the 2 main online modes, I found that it's been very hard to find people to play. There's no cross-play on the Nintendo Switch system, so it means if we're not playing with people that are on Xbox or PlayStation, and I believe that was a limitation, not a stand on Nintendo side. I think they would have loved to enable crossplay, but because you can't have that, I've found the community to be very small online, and specifically what times I'm going to play, which is like late in the evenings like this, at least South African evenings. So that's my one bummer. Thankfully the one player offering, because it has all the game modes, is much better than usual. And so all in all, it's the best FIFA/EA we've had in ages. And yeah, as Prince says in the chat, if anybody is keen, myself and Super Dave from Metro FM, we're gonna be playing some FIFA online tomorrow. I'll also try and get the stream going, so we'll be playing some of that. It's going to be a lot of fun, so come and join us. We've got FIFA, come and have Just come and play with us even. Jump online. And we'll try and even set up some sort of tournament if we can, depending on the amount of players. And I believe there's even prizes up for grabs from Super Dave and Nintendo's side, the local Nintendo distributor. So yeah, if you're a FIFA fan, if you've got Switch, if you've got FIFA FC, beg your pardon, EA Sports FC 2026 on the Switch, this is a great time to jump in. Okay, I think I need to get past this section, because I need to be 8th or better by the end here. Luckily not everybody's very close together, so I'm going to use these coins, I think, as best I can. And let's see. We've got... Okay, I want to do that. Try use an coin and get another item here. Good. Okay, so at least we've got some coins here. Whew. And I'm just gonna make it through. Eek. Okay, we did it. We did it. Okay, so top 4. Here we go. So yeah, so all in all, Prim, good. Not quite great, but the best FIFA's been on the Switch, definitely, and possibly even the consoles before that. So all in all, kinda impressed, and very happy that we finally have a good FIFA game, EA FC game, on the Switch, on a Nintendo platform, because I mean, in South Africa, it's almost the most important game, really, to our community, especially when you're talking about any other console. Okay, 4th or better, I need to move, so I need to really make tracks here. So let's see what we can do. I need to get 4 places up, and I need to just use this because looks like I won't make it in time. Oh, I'll be 7. I think I missed out. I was really there. Yeah, please do pray, and I think the more we can share it, the better it is. I also try and share on my socials tomorrow. So let's jump into the next race. But yeah, definitely. And anybody that's on the stream now, if you happen to be also an EAFC fan, please be sure to join us. We'll probably be at the same time tomorrow, 9 o'clock CAT, that's GMT plus 2, for those of you outside of South Africa. So just have a look when that is. It's basically, we're 9:53 now, so it's almost 10 o'clock. So it will basically be this time, an hour earlier tomorrow. So whatever hour started 53 minutes ago for you, that's where we'll be. But yeah, we're hoping the community on the... I mean, we know the EAFC community is huge. I'm just not sure the EAFC community on the Switch is huge. So, and if the online games were anything to go by, sadly it doesn't look like that yet. But hopefully with Super Dave talking about it, I mean, he's got a big community. With us talking about it and playing it, hopefully that will encourage people to join in. So I'm really looking forward to that. Tomorrow, that'll be the 9th. Okay, let's do Acorn Rally. If we get far enough, this will probably be our last race of the evening, but let's see. We're going to aim for top 4. I see Chillix has joined us, which is awesome. I see Chillix is still on his 3,000, so he hasn't been playing Knockout at all. Exciting, Chill. Hope you enjoy this. There we go, there's Chill. Hey, Chill. Maybe even Prim's joined us, which is lovely. What I do like is Knockout is such a good mode, and people like it so much that the rooms are usually filled, or at least get close enough that you have very few CPU players. And Knockout is so insane sometimes that even with CPU players you can get knocked out. So it kind of everything that makes Mario Kart fun so much fun, and all in a shortened version where you're getting to hit the end multiple times. You're getting to cross that finish line and the mayhem that comes with that multiple times. So the little gimmick over here, for those of you that haven't played Knockout before, is there are several gates along the way. I think there are about 6 gates, and the bottom 4 racers get knocked out at each of those gates. So as you can see right now, I have to be 20th or better to ensure that I'm not knocked out. So I'm going to try to take this tightly because I'm cutting it very tight, unfortunately. But we made it through in 19th place. That's all you have to do. You just have to make it through to the next round. Pren switched off. Thought that last. Sorry, Pren. No, that was probably my bad. I probably didn't explain it clearly. But don't worry, we'll be back with Mario Kart next week. Might jump back into Mario Kart 8 again. We seem to be doing a little bit of each, and that seems to be quite good because we still have a lot of the community that are on the original Switch and love Mario Kart 8. I mean, what's not to love? It's an absolute banger. So we might just do that, keep switching between the two until we have enough to really enjoy Mario Kart World. And hopefully that also means the community as a whole. What do I keep hitting? Will also be... Ooh, thank goodness. That spawned in just at the right time. Ooh. I'm gonna have to do this because... Oh no, we're still a ways away. I didn't have to do that, but that's okay. Okay, that's not too bad. I just need a single. Nope. Didn't get it. Okay. Had to use both my items there just to get proof of the Choco Mountain Mud Sludge Chocolate, whatever it is. Okay, thank goodness this is 16th or better, and even so I might not make it, but I think we just about did, thankfully. Let's hope Chill did too. What a weird item. Coin shell, not very useful other than to collect coins, and even then it's very unusual that you get all the coins, so very strange one. Okay, so we're in 14th place. We need to move up to 12th before the end of this race. Let's see if we can do it. Woo, thought that was coins. It's not. Okay, lively. So we've got some Monty Moles playing havoc here, but we've got coins for days, which we love to see. And I think we're going to take a nice big cut over here. That is just a ridiculously long cut. So I think worth it, even though I don't have much protection. Because the good thing about this section is there are at least some boost pads that you can use along the way. So hopefully I won't get hit too badly, and at least we're not too far from first place, which is where you want to be towards the second half of this race. Because it's top 8 now. So I'm going to leave this one there for protection and use it when I need it. Maybe right about here. Let's see if she has some protection, or they have some protection. They do. Ooh, that was mayhem, which is what starts to happen. As you can see, already down to 7. Thankfully, that also means we'll probably get good items, or at least reasonable items. But that also is the truth for the people in front of us. So I'm going to avoid spending too much time in the water here. And actually, I think what I'm going to do... That was bad. I don't know if there's more items now. And this is pretty bad because I've got no item to protect myself. Okay, there's a last section of items. It depends really on what I get here. And oh my word, if it was the other way around it would have been good. But I don't think it's gonna work. Did I make it through? I made it in 8th thanks to that lightning strike. Amazing. Amazing. So you see, this is why we love Knockout. Knockout Tour gives you moments like that in the middle of a race. Crazy stuff. There's no way I should have made it through there. I was in 12th place, basically on the line. But thanks to just insane... And of course I missed the boxes. Insane timing. That was just in my favor this time. We pulled off an insane move. That was incredible. Okay, that was a lot of fun. One of my favorite moves in Mario Kart World so far. But I need to start moving up as well as we speak, because good, at least I got that one. Didn't cost me too much. Okay, this is good. This is sort of the item that you want when you're near the back, but close enough to the racers in front of you. Now it's all about using it at the right time, and let's hope I get it right. Okay, that was actually not bad, because it disappeared on me at just the right moment. Whew. I was very lucky there, very, very lucky. Whew. And again, he makes it into the last place. This was an incredible race that we got. And Chill's in front of us too. This is so cool. Well done, Chill. That's what I like to see. Saffron 1, 2. In the top 4, we've got 2. This is what I love. Now let's see if one of us can get that all-important final spot. I'm gonna hopefully wait for him to use these items. No, man, Chill. Why didn't he use those items for the people in front of him, one would ask? I think we got 2 and 3. Let's see. Did Chill get 1? Oh, he did. Amazing. Amazing. Well done, Chillix. You've managed what I couldn't do. You got the first place. I'm so happy. Well done, sir. And sorry for questioning your amazing strategy. That was fantastic. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another Mario Kart World Wednesday. Thank you so much for everybody that joined in the races and also in the YouTube chat. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching the stream if you did. Remember, as always, it's dangerous to go alone, so take this.